everyone, welcome to episode 27 of our Factorio 0.15 playthrough. My name is Poober and I am standing on what will become our new blue circuit factory. In this section here, it will take kind of a long rectangular shape just below our green circuit factories up above here. The other thing I'm going to be doing though is actually ripping up this green circuit factory and we're going to be replacing it with a red circuit factory to help keep up with our new red circuit demand. So I do have a blueprint already to go. It is from my previous map, which is the one I did the beautiful base tour on. And I liked that layout pretty well, so I'm just going to be planting it here just below our factories. So I'm going to go into our map view so I can see a little bit better at nighttime and make sure I get it lined up where I want it. And right there should be fine for now. I think it should leave enough room for the red circuit factory that will be going here and all of the belts that will be going with that. So now we just have to let our robots do their thing. They're already on their way to start filling in all of the components here. And I've already upgraded their speed quite a bit. It's only about a speed upgrade level 4, but it's significantly faster than when they started, if you remember from last episode. So let's get out of map view here now and let them finish filling in everything else. So the next thing we need to worry about is joining up our lines here. By the way, this line here that I'm pointing over is going to be for our iron input, and that will be feeding into the sulfuric acid chemical plant over here. Then we're going to be having a green circuit line and then red circuits here, kind of the third one down, and then another green circuit line to the very bottom. This factory should take significantly more green circuits than red circuits, but it will still be very expensive with all of the input required for it nevertheless, between the red circuits and the sulfuric acid and things like that. But I am deciding to do basically 2 separate lines devoted to the green circuits. So I'm just going to start planning out how I want this kind of divvied up from our main bus. I know that I want our first line of green circuits coming in pretty much right here. So I'm going to just start ripping up what I can and then allocating the rest. So we'll do something like this, I think. And then I'm going to do an underground belt because we're actually going to have another line going down here, and this will be for our blue circuits that will join the main bus. So I'm leaving room for that. And we'll just go maybe a 2 gap, like so. And that will start feeding in there. Then I want to join up our batteries again, like that. Okay. Then for our other green circuit line, we'll do kind of off to the side, I think. So we'll do right here, and then we will kind of loop it over on itself. Like that. Yeah, that should work. Perfect, just like that. So those green circuits will start heading upwards, and then we need our red circuits that we'll get as well. But it looks like there's maybe no good spot to get the red circuits from. Huh. Because I do need our iron coming on this line. So let me worry about our iron first, actually. I am going to have it coming straight into the line, so I want our underground belts coming like this. I'm going to do a... Ooh, I do have. Okay. So we're going to do blue underground belt there. And then red here. And I'm going to get rid of that wall for now. That will be okay. This doesn't have to be perfectly joined with the walls and stuff. I am okay with having little breaks in it, just as long as it keeps the general shape. So there we go. The iron should start feeding in. Perfect. And why are they not filling in everything? Huh. I will worry about that in just 1 second. Let's finish joining up our red circuit line. We'll have to do, I think, a little bit higher up. So maybe, I think up here, actually. Oh. And I know this will look kind of funny, but it should still preserve the overall shape, I think, of our main bus, which is what's important to me. And there we go, like that. So we should now have our red circuits. And then I'm going to be putting a splitter right here. There we go. Why is there an underground belt there? I'm not sure. Okay. Great, so those are going where they need to go. We just need to go and investigate why the robots stopped placing everything. I'm guessing it might be because one of our passive provider boxes is not within our robotic coverage. So we'll go take a look. And here we are back at our supply depot, and zooming out you can see where we are missing our logistic coverage. Again, the logistic coverage is in the orange, so the logistic robots can only pick up items that are within the orange area, which means I need another RoboPort somewhere in the general area. I can't think of a good spot to put it. I mean, I didn't leave pretty much any room in the supply depot, unfortunately. I wish I had enough foresight to think about that when I was making it. We can't put it in our bus. Can I put it up here? Won't cover it either. So I will just try to keep it at like a 45-degree angle from the center of our circle, which would put us at right about here. So we'll do that for now, and we can always move it later if we want. And we'll join it up with an electrical pole. That doesn't cover it. We'll do right there. And then regular electrical pole there. Perfect. I'm going to start asking for electrical poles, actually. I don't have any that are in my requester slots, so we're going to do like 25 maybe, and 25 of the upgraded electrical poles. There we go. So we'll always have those on hand now and getting delivered to us if we run out. And there you can see the robots already working. They're already delivering stuff to me. Oh, it has been so nice having robots back in my life. I was missing them. Alright, so we're going to head back down. You can see they're already beginning to pick up the remaining items that our factory is missing. They've got inserters, and it looks like they have pipe on them as well. And they are placing those down. So this should be functional in just a minute here. We are missing for sure, though, our sulfuric acid, which means we're missing our petroleum. And water. So to solve that, I need to feed it up from kind of our oil mess that we have down here. I will clean this up eventually. So I'm going to just feed it from the nearest point and go up, basically. We'll feed it back up there. Okay, so do I have enough pipe on me? Yes. Okay. So we'll do something like this. And then we do need water as well. And I can't join those on the same line, so I will have to extend it, and we'll do an underground belt just to get our red circuits back up there. So we'll do something like that. There we go. Okay, so let's continue our pipes. We're gonna do... We'll have to extend our water out a little bit. Same with our oil, I think. That will be fine. I'm just trying to make sure we have enough clearance of this coal belt here. So we'll join up water first, I guess. Oh, and where am I getting attacked? I better go take a look at that when I get down there. We'll try and finish up our water here real quick. And clear some of these trees. I can't have the robots do it yet. I don't have a personal robo bay on me yet, and I don't have coverage over here, so I've got to still clear these by hand. But I will get a personal roboport on me eventually. Okay, and we'll do a offshore pump real quick here. I know I do have these automated, but it's just easier to make it by hand right now. And then we'll go back up and start connecting our petroleum down below, just like we did with our water. Okay, almost down. And then let's do our turn right here. Trying to still keep it out of the way as much as I can. And then again, we'll turn right here and we'll connect it up, I think, where we have our sulfur coming in. There we go. So we now have petroleum. It should be getting up to our main line here, and now you can see it is working. We have our sulfur working now, and that is feeding into the sulfuric acid chemical plant. And that is all working. You can see these now beginning to turn on. And our first blue circuits we now have, they will be feeding up here. Now we just need to get these joined with the rest of our main bus. So I'm going to be putting in another line here, and I will see you guys in just a second when that is done. So the last line we were missing was our blue circuits, which you can see trickling down here. And it does make it all the way to the very bottom of our main bus. And we even have walls to finish off the look as well. So the next thing I want to do is start to remodel our red circuits. And we're going to be doing that with replacing the green circuits here. And it's kind of unfortunate because that means we will have to slow down our green circuit production for now, but that's a sacrifice we'll have to make. So let's start turning this off by unjoining the lines, and we're going to let that kind of make the rest of the components it can. And then we will start to rip it up, and that way we don't have too much excess plate going into our storage boxes. Okay, so our green circuit factory is pretty much empty now, so I'm going to go ahead and have the robots rip it up. Oh, I hate to do this. It always feels so wrong, but it is necessary. We'll get a couple of these ripped up too. We will leave our roboports though, so that they have something to re-energize on. And sorry it's getting a little bit darker, guys. But you can see, and we've got about, I think it's 300 that are working for us, and they're all getting used right now. All 300 of the construction robots are getting to work, and they're putting their storage away in just the couple boxes we have over here in the middle of our base, right up there. And they're doing a pretty quick job. They're almost done. I might help them out a little bit here, just to speed things up. And then let's do our ore eraser on this little patch here that we'll never mine. And they are almost done. So let's get our blueprint ready to go. Do I have it? No, I must have it over here in my blueprint library. It is, yep, this one here. Okay, this one is ready to go. I kind of planned this out ahead of time. And it should go right there. I'm just making sure it's lined up. And we will plop that down like that. And then our robots should be able to get to work filling that in. And I will get rid of some of our assembly machines. I don't need 40 on me. We'll let the robots fill that in for us. And that is so much handier, and they're pretty quick with it. The one thing we will do though is start to join up our belts just like we did with our new blue circuit factory. So this line here that I'm pointing at will be for the red circuit output, and then the two bottom lines will be for green circuits and our plastic input to feed the assembly machines. So with that said, we're going to have our red circuit output actually go up a little bit, and then we're going to branch off so about half of it can start to go up and feed our supply depot up here that will need red circuits, and then we'll have the other half at least going down. We might allocate it so it's maybe more like 2/3 going down, but we'll mess with that later. So we need, let's see, I think that's center there. So that will be for the red circuit output. We'll do something like that there. And then a splitter there to join it up and balance. And then the next thing we need will be, let's do our plastic and green circuit input into the factory. This one will be a little bit more complicated because we have a lot of belts and not very much room here. So I think we'll have, let's see, let me grab a splitter. I'll get rid of that light pole right there for now. We'll split off here and kind of loop back on itself like we did just a second ago with our other factory. And we'll have that join up with the plastic, and it will go up. And where's our plastic? We'll do like this. It'll be kind of funky. There we go. That should join up now. And then we'll have this one feed into kind of this line here. There we go. So that will have green circuits on it eventually once we get that re-hooked up. But we'll wait to do that until we have everything else hooked up and ready to go. And then let's balance that. We'll put a splitter there to even it out. And then we'll do another one here to split it off for the other row that we need for our green circuits and our plastic. So we'll do a similar thing, kind of like that. And like that for our plastic. And let me grab our blue underground belt. I do have a couple more. Okay, just like that will be fine. Perfect, so now we'll have 2 belts worth of our green and plastic coming in to feed our red assemblers. Or red circuit factory, that is. The last thing we need before this is really up and running is copper. And I don't think, yeah, this won't be able to make it all the way to the end. So I'm going to cut this off there and we will reverse it. So we'll have copper plate coming in from this side here. To do that, let me get another splitter ready to go to branch off from our main bus line. there. And I was just double checking that it was lined up, which it is. And I don't think it'll make it all the way past that from here, or will it? Oh, it will. Okay, so let's do that, and then that way we don't have to break up our main bus like that there. And then we need to have this go the other direction. Almost done here. And then we just need to do a couple splitters to make it so that they can get into the copper wire assembly machines. There we go. So I think this should be up and running now. Let me just put in our balancer that we're going to be having here. And like I mentioned, we're going to have half go upstream and the other half will be coming down. And that way we solve the problem of our supply depot not getting the red circuits. Alright guys, I'm going to finish putting in the change of direction for our bus just off camera here with our red circuit line so that this can feed into our supply depot. But we got so much done today. We've got blue circuits now, which means in the next episode we can start getting our high-tech science packs going. So thanks for joining me, you guys, and I can't wait to see you with the next one.